And basically first we're just going to introduce ourselves, say our pronouns, and then we're going to popcorn it off to people. So preferably popcorn it off to someone you don't know. And then afterwards I want to talk about the aim and the mission of the account. And then after that we can just talk about like how we've been feeling during this pandemic, during this huge civil rights movement, and any life events we want to talk about. Oh yeah, and when you introduce yourselves, you can introduce your background too if you want. Sorry, I'm like really high on caffeine right now. I'm like moving my legs a lot, I feel like. But yeah, that's basically it. Yeah. Sound good? Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. So I guess I'll pop. Well, damn it, I know all of you. Okay. Who knows the least people in here? Oh, maybe. Damn it. Okay. How about? Okay, Sandy, go.
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know. I just know Miranda and Carly mostly. But yeah, hello. My name is Sandy. Last name He, H-I. And my background is I'm a mixed background from Lima, Peru. And my mom is Peruvian and my dad is Chinese. So grew up in Eagle Rock, California, which is like a neighborhood of Los Angeles in Northeast Los Angeles. Yeah, and I'm really excited to get the ball rolling and to do this with all of y'all because everyone here seems to have a lot to bring to the conversation. So I'm excited to hear all your stories. Yeah.
Pronouns.
Oh, yes, thank you. And my pronouns are she, her, hers. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, you can use popcorn.
I shall popcorn to Elizabeth.
Okay, hi guys, my name is Elizabeth. My pronouns are she, her. I am a queer woman of Latinx descent, Mexican descent. I'm just ready to have these conversations. I love talking about these things, so I'm really like excited to finally find people that I feel like I can discuss these kinds of things with. And I want to popcorn it off to Nichelle.
Okay. Hi guys, my name's Nichelle Martinez. My pronouns are she and her, and I come from a mixed background, so I'm Mexican and Black. My dad's Mexican, my mom's mixed, and I guess I'm really excited about this group just because, like, especially during this time, I feel like it's really good what we're doing, and I feel like it's good for us to like get our voices out there and to be heard. And I think this is a good step into kind of changing not only ourselves and our perspectives and learning more about different perspectives, but our communities that we all live in. So yeah.
Hey.
Hey girl.
Yay. So we're just introducing everyone right now and saying our pronouns right now.
Reading the notes.
Did you get it, Enrique? Damn. Okay. Do
Are
it.
you?
Okay, Carly, how about you go?
Okay. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Carly. She, her pronouns. I am from the IE. Specifically, I'm from Lake Elsinore. So freaking ugly there, but it was fun growing up there. I really liked it. And it definitely had, I don't know, there was mostly like a Latinx and white demographic there. And now I'm in Chino, California. So Chino's all right. And I am Mexican descent. All right. So how about, all right, Sienna.
Yeah, I'm Sienna. I'm from San Diego. I'll use she, her pronouns. Yeah. Should I give more?
If you want, whatever you want.
I mean, I graduated from SFSU with Carly a year ago.
Hey.
Just chilling on unemployment right now. Yeah, that's what I'm in life, you know, living at my mom's house. It's pretty nice for me though, so Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are we popcorning? How can I pass it on?
Yeah, just popcorn it to someone who
I
you
don't know
don't
who's
really
already
know.
introduced themselves.
So Elizabeth did, Sandy did, I did, and Nichelle did.
Okay, well, how about I popcorn Alondra, because I know you. Hey, girl.
Hi guys, I'm Alondra. I'm 22. My pronouns are she, her, and I also graduated this semester. Yeah, honestly, like last week maybe. Yeah, I finished my last paper and I'm done. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I'm from the IE Moval. We call it Merino Valley, but it's Moval. You pass by, it's like going on your way to Coachella. If you pass by, there's this big mountain and it has an M on it. That's where I'm from, baby. Okay, Ellie, if that's how you say your name. Also, your hair is so beautiful. Like, girl, give me them curls.
Thank you. Okay. Hi, my name's Eliana, but everyone calls me Ellie. I'm 18 years old, and I'm a sophomore in college. I was born in Miami, then I moved to San Francisco when I was like 2 or 3. And my mom and my father are from Peru. My mom's Peruvian, my dad's Afro-Peruvian. My pronouns are she and her. And I'm really excited to like talk with you guys and stuff. Oh, popcorn to who didn't go yet? Kayla.
Hello, I am Kayla, she/her. I also graduated last year from SFSU. Go Gators. I'm just kidding. I currently work for a women-owned business doing solar. I am an executive council member for Calle 24. My family's from the Mission District, but we're Chinese American, and my mom's side is Laotian. Hi, Irene.
Kayla said hi. Kayla.
And yeah, I'm currently in Maine, so my brain is like halfway there. I like, what else are we supposed to say? Oh, music's kind of like my thing, and so is social justice, and I like to have a good time. So, I'm sorry, I just took an edible. So I'm and I was cracking up so hard about the
What?
nuts. All right, I'm done.
You want to popcorn it?
Yeah, Miranda.
Okay. Thanks, Kayla. Miranda Orellana. I am 24 years old. I too graduated from SFSU the last summer. And my pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm an Aries. And
We should all say our signs.
I mean, for Aries, it's important to mention it. So, I come from a Central American background. My parents are from El Salvador, both of them, and I hold that very near and dear to my heart. I'm like an artist. That's what I do in my free time and my busy time, and always. Okay, popcorning it off to. Did Enrique go yet, or not?
Did you get your volume fixed, Enrique?
I don't think he did.
Okay. So, sorry. Who has Lisa? Did Lisa go? Although I know her or them.
Not yet. Not yet.
Wait, you have to
Can't
put
hear
your
you. Can't hear you, Lisa.
skip her.
Pass?
Skip.
Okay.
Blink twice if we should.
Shut up.
I'm gonna upload a tutorial on how to put your mic on.
Yeah, Lisa, maybe is it your AirPods? I don't know.
I think sometimes you have to go to your settings.
Oh, now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I just checked my microphone. Okay. Got it. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name's Lisa. I swear I'm better at Zoom than this. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a Cancer, but I have a lot of Gemini in my chart, and I identify as a Gemini at times. Let's see. For fun, I like to cook. I like to dance. I like to drink. Yeah, I guess like professionally, I'm most interested in organizing. I'm managing a campaign for a local city council person right now. And like Carly, like Enrique, like Alondra, like I think there's one more person from the IE in here. I grew up out here in the high desert, high conservative region of Southern California. And it's really nice to be in a space with people who are also radical, progressive, abolitionists, and beautiful. So thank you all for sharing space. Oh, Kayla, the IE is the Inland Empire. It's like a regional acronym people use.
Thank you.
And I'll popcorn it to, I think Enrique's the only one that has, I don't have a phone right now. Damn, we don't even have a phone? Me and Enrique have known each other since we were 12.
You want to introduce him, Lisa?
Enrique, type your pronouns. And then I guess I can do the rest. He, she, they, fab. That's Enrique. Enrique is an amazing makeup artist. Everyone needs to go follow him on Instagram. Popping the fuck off. He identifies as queer, but I'm open to them all. LOL. I can hear his laugh in my head with his little giggle when he covers his mouth. He is a Taurus. His birthday is May 13th. Born and raised here in Corona also. All around beautiful individual. Enrique, what else? You're fucking fly as fuck. Rising Scorpio, moon in Aries. I didn't know that about you. That's cool. I'm a Scorpio rising too. Shit. What else? What else, Enrique? You have a really cool mom and dad. Oh, he's from Santa Ana originally. His family moved to Corona. I think like in middle or like in elementary school. And then I love listening to y'all, by the way. Yeah, that's what I can tell you about Enrique. Hopefully next time we can get his audio and mic fixed before we jump on.
Yes. And Enrique, if you still want to be on the call, I mean, of course, totally, yes. And you can type your answers if you want, and Lisa can speak for you if you feel comfortable with that. Does everyone want to say their signs? Or people who didn't say their signs? Yeah. Scorpio, Gemini
I think
rising.
that would be a good icebreaker. Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay, it's okay. Gemini rising, and the best rising ever, and Capricorn moon.
I'm an Aries and a Gemini rising.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a Taurus sun, Taurus moon, Aquarius rising. Hard out here.
Sun, and then the other rest of it is Gemini, because Gemini is awesome.
Wait, Miranda, is it Gemini rising?
Yeah.
Miranda, what's your sun sign?
Aries.
Oh, hey.
We're the same. I love that.
I I am a Sag Sun, Sag Rising, and Aries Moon.
Yeah.
I'm a Libra rising, I'm a Libra sun, and a, let me see again, and a Pisces moon.
Who else has in common?
I'm an Aries. Oh, no, you go. Okay. I'm an Aries sun, Taurus rising, and Aquarius moon. Moon in Aquarius.
I'm a Virgo. I'm a Sagittarius rising and Aries moon.
Ooh. Yay.
I have my co-star right here so I don't fuck it up, but I am a sun in Scorpio, moon in Capricorn, and Gemini rising. Like,
Andy, we have the same
Harvey.
chart, remember? You
I
guys,
know,
we have the
exact
same
chart.
exact birth chart. How crazy is that? That's wild.
Wait, were you guys born at the same time or same
No,
day?
she was born, you were born in Peru, right?
Yeah, in Lima. So, and I think is my birthday a day before yours? I'm the 15th.
On the 14th.
Oh, you're the 14th? Okay. It just
Crazy.
happened to be. It was fate.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like you're similar? I've always wanted to meet someone with the same like first 3 placements as me.
Funnily
Well-
enough, Miranda's like our best friend from like
Yeah.
2 different spaces. So
What do you think, Miranda?
They do, both of them have similar qualities about them that are the same, but I feel like they outwardly express themselves in a different way, if that makes sense. But I do love them both so much, and they are both the most fun people to go out with, which is like my favorite thing to do. So I always invite them everywhere I go.
Oh.
Sorry.
Did everyone go? Yeah, huh? Okay, cool. All right, so I just want to explain real quick the aim/mission of this account to people who are going to be watching this. So welcome to the Free Thought Collective, made by and for young BIPOC womxn and young BIPOC LGBTQ+, who have left-wing ideals. This is a community space and a healing space. We are open to any newcomers. If you or anyone you know would like to join, we do things as a true democracy, not like the bullshit we have here. So with the majority of the vote winning on whatever we're voting on, such as discussion topics that we'll be doing once every 2 weeks, the aim and the mission of the account is to be a community and healing space for people who look like us and people who have been tired of the political conversation or the general conversation being around white people, white passing people, and cis hetero men. The conversation right now should not be around the people that I just mentioned. It should be mostly around Black and Indigenous womxn and Black and Indigenous LGBTQ+ people. So yeah. We would love for you, if you meet that criteria, to join us talking about cool discussion, political events, and anything else that we have on a Google Doc. So yeah, I don't know if anyone wants to bring up something that has been on, I mean, maybe we could talk each about how we've been doing through this long pandemic. The year's almost over, so maybe we could popcorn it off again. And I'll do Elizabeth.
Okay, so it's just like what we've been doing and feeling this quarantine, right? Okay, well, I've been doing fine. Luckily question mark, I'm employed, and I'm just trying to stay at home for the most part, which is fine for me because I tend to be kind of more of like I don't like to go out as much anyway in the first place, but it gets to me sometimes too, I'm sure, like some of you. With the whole political stuff going on right now, I'm just like super happy that that people are finally starting to wake up. And I don't know if it's because of the pandemic or not, that people are just having more time to look at these things. But it's making me really happy to see it more and to see people that don't generally speak up about political things starting to do it. I think I see it as a sign of good things to come. So I'm really excited about it, but I know that we're probably gonna have to struggle quite a bit to get, but in general, I'm happy that it seems like there's something happening now after all these years of just nothing really happening, or like just very little baby steps. But yeah. And I'll popcorn this off to Alondra.
A lot of mixed feelings about this pandemic. And well, at first I was going to school, and now that I'm done, I'm just doing a bunch of creative projects like crocheting a blanket or making dresses, or I'm making myself a bed frame out of wood pallets. But it's been really hot recently, so I cannot be outside.
That's hella dope.
What'd you say?
The bed frame making is hella dope.
Yeah, but I'm only making one. This is my first ever time. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that's what I've been doing, and that's how I've been feeling. But yesterday I lost my DS, and thankfully I recovered it, but I was devastated all day yesterday. But aside from that, it's chill. I'm going to popcorn it off to Miranda.
Thanks, Alondra. Pandemic-wise, I feel like I've gone through such roller coasters. In the beginning, I was like, fuck yeah, this is awesome. I was unemployed when the pandemic started, so I was like, I'm used to this shit. Like, I sit at home all day anyway. And then, like, I'm such an impatient person, and so I started bouncing off the walls pretty soon and, like, getting into different crafts, like Alondra was mentioning. Like, you were knitting or crocheting? Yeah, see, I had a phase like that too, and I had like a whole painting phase and now I'm starting a hat business randomly. So yeah, I'm just like trying to keep myself busy with new projects. Politically, this civil rights movement that's happening right now, I would say is like the first time I'm getting involved with politics more vocally. I mean, I feel like I've always had a bit of like a radical view. I feel like radicals get the job done, even though I'm also scared shitless of like what has to happen to get shit done. So that's where I think I stand, although I just want like improvement for everyone, like I want equitable life for everyone. So yeah, Carla said I've come a long way. Definitely, especially like being more vocal about it, because I've always had the views. I've just never felt like being like I'm educated enough to talk about it. So that's why I was excited to join this community, this space that Carly has created for us, because this will be like the first time that I have dialogue about these things. Okay, so I'm gonna popcorn it off to Nichelle.
Okay. So I guess during the pandemic, well, I guess I had the luxury, I was still employed, I've been employed. I had the luxury of working remotely, which is really nice. Like everyone else said, I've just gotten into like a bunch of projects. I use my time to like work out more and kind of just like meet my goals that I had for myself. Started my own business as well, Shop Michelle. It has been going really great. Moved back to the Bay during the pandemic as well. Got another job. I'm currently a marketing director for this contracting company, which is really cool. And yeah, so that's what I've kind of been doing during COVID. I've been really busy. I guess like political wise, I kind of feel like Miranda, I before never really was like super vocal about it. And me being from part Black, I feel like throughout my entire life, I kind of seen it and experienced it. And I think it's I think it's now that it's finally time that everyone's kind of, and it's kind of like very supportive and like very, I like seeing everyone come out and like do stuff like this. And I mean, it's been hard for me just because maybe we'll get into it later on in a different discussion, but just even in my own family, I have family members that, you know, share different views, and just like having that open conversation with your family members about stuff like this, because it does start in your home, and just kind of making small changes like that. And I've made it like my goal to just keep educating myself on the topic, keep myself aware of what's going on. And I think this space and this group is really good to not only be able to like vocalize my feelings about what's going on, but also learn a lot from you guys and your guys's, what you guys are getting information from, you know, articles that you guys have. So I mean, yeah, I'm excited about that, and just trying to still stay positive during this time and just keep busy. And, you know, we all still have to live our lives, so just trying to do that as well. But yeah, I'll popcorn it to Lisa. Yeah.
Hey y'all, so I have been doing projects too. Let's see. So I had a painting phase, a roller skating phase. I'm gonna consist. That's fun though. Yeah, I'm down for that. I cook like all the time. At the beginning of quarantine, I was probably cooking like 3 or 4 times a week, like big meals. What else? I got into refinishing furniture. So I bought like some vintage pieces that I like pretty much finished, stained, sanded, everything. What else? I'm also starting a small business. Shout out to all the queens coming up after this pandemic with more resources and time. Let's see. What else? I think that's kind of it for like pandemic stuff. I would say like this came at a decent time. Oh, thanks, Alondra. This came at a decent time in my life. I just moved back in with my dad, and he is been working throughout the whole pandemic. Both my parents have. So I'm feeling very supported financially. I don't feel like I need anything, or like I've been like, I guess I haven't had any short, like, you know what I'm trying to say, like deficits in my life, but I do see how it's affected other people in my community. I feel like there is a lot of grief for me around this pandemic, because it's really showed a lot of the darknesses, not only within our society, but like within us as people sometimes, like our nature inherently to like take care of ourselves and our family before we take care of others, you know, like people stockpiling toilet paper or like stockpiling sanitizer and goods and not thinking about their homeless or unhoused communities and populations. So that's kind of been hard, but I think like everything that's happening politically, I agree, is raising consciousness, and I'm grateful for that. It's really hard. I feel like there's a lot of darkness in the world, especially being out in the IE, like abolitionists are far outnumbered. So we're met with harassment a lot of the time. But yeah, I'm really grateful for healing spaces like this. Oh yeah, popcorn. Elizabeth.
I already went.
Oh shit. That's right. You were like the first person.
Yeah.
Sandy?
So, thank you for sharing, Lisa, and everybody else. So during the quarantine and everything, I was also in a similar boat at the beginning and still now, like Miranda. I was unemployed throughout, like from September until now. And so I've mostly been chilling. My lifestyle hasn't super changed because I was just staying at home for the most part. But I am very thankful for that, actually. I'm happy to kind of take a step back and just chill, because during college, I went to UCI and I stayed there for 5 years. And it was just so overwhelming trying to like try to do 2 majors, try to do like pack in a lot of shit that I should have quit, but I just was not for it at the time. And so it definitely did a number on my mental health. And it did make me spiral kind of into a very dark place in 2019. So I'm very thankful that like now I'm back at home. I can just kind of like relax, chill out, maintain focus on things that make me happy instead of things that instead of things like for other people in terms of like what they expect from me, I guess. I have been watching a lot of anime, which I'm very happy for. Getting back into it, I do feel closer to my like Chinese heritage, even though it is Japanese, but I feel closer to like my Asian section because I've never really felt as like at home there. And I feel like sometimes as a mixed background, it can kind of be difficult to see where your identity lies or like how you feel included in both communities or etc. So yeah, very happy for that. And as for the political climate, I am also glad that things are coming to rise and like people are being more aware of it. It does suck that the shit has been happening for so many years and just barely now we are like taking charge of it, but at least we're taking charge of it. You know, at least people are coming to a more open mindset. I too have tried to become more vocal about it during this like civil rights movement that's happening right now. I do feel that I have been trying to be more open and to talking about it. Before, I used to kind of keep my ideals to myself or to like a close number of friends, or only in like organizations that I knew were already a part of like the movement and everything like that. But now I'm trying to be more open to talking about it in public, trying to talk about it on my social media, on certain things that like can reach a broader audience, but also like is open to any people that don't agree with me. So that's okay too, you know, and trying to be okay with people not agreeing on certain ideals. But yeah, I'm very glad that this is the ball rolling, you know, like we're getting it done. Yeah. I shall popcorn to Kayla.
Thanks, Sandy. So at the beginning of COVID, let's see. At the beginning of COVID, I was relieved because I didn't have to go back to work the next day. So that was like a nice break. But I did have family members who were affected by the virus, and they caught it somehow. So I lost a family member at the beginning, so that was really tough, and it made me think about like systematically how she was affected, and like why wasn't, I don't know, like if we why couldn't we shut down sooner, or like how come this was never communicated? How is it communicated to somebody who doesn't speak a lick of English? And how does she receive care in the hospital, to nurses who are predominantly English speaking? So that I kind of lingered on that, as far as how the pandemic has affected me. And then during the same time, I joined a community board called Calle 24, and I've been part of the political conversation on how to provide access to services to Black and Brown people in my neighborhood. And it's been really awesome being a part of that, and just knowing that there are people out there to help, who feel like they can't get help because they're undocumented. So it's been kind of like an interesting path, or journey. As far as keeping busy, I do like little projects, like some making music or music. We made a music video earlier in COVID, and trying to do another music video project. So yeah, just keep on moving forward. And I'm really excited to be a part of this. And I will popcorn it to Sienna.
Kayla, first of all, sorry for your loss. That's really, really awful. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess honestly this pandemic has not been good for me. I mean, like, in terms of my needs, they're all met and I'm like okay. But like emotionally this has been like a lot, like really hard. At the end of 2019 I lost both my grandmothers, and so I had to go back to where one of my grandmas was from and just be around a lot of family, and it was really hard because a lot of my mom's side of the family has like a lot of anti-blackness, and like they don't always direct it at me, but just hearing that is a lot. And then I moved back home, and then the pandemic started and I threw myself into my projects, and that was like keeping me together for a while I was like resettling back in my mom's house. But I don't know, I feel like as soon as this movement started going on, like I was definitely very excited to see people who I know wouldn't usually ever do anything start taking action. But it was just also really hard because I don't know, I feel like I lost a lot of friends. A lot of people were very awful. I am Black, and like I had a lot of friends who just their anti-Blackness really just jumped on out, and they were really trying to fight me, and that was exhausting. I lost one of my best friends that I've known since I was like 5. And yeah, it's just been a roller coaster. And so dealing with that, it's just been like a lot of mourning, I feel. And so since I'm unemployed, I kind of just do whatever I want, like every day. And that's honestly been really nice. And like most recently, I finally have like gotten the motivation to start thinking about jobs and stuff. But I don't know, even though I have like a whole ass degree, I'm realizing like I do not want to do anything with it as of right now. Like I don't think I have the mental capacity to just be like at a desk job. Like I'll get there, but I think I'm gonna take my time with it because I had planned to like be traveling all of this year. I have a lot of savings from my last job, and like I was excited, and I don't know, I feel like since all that's canceled, I just need to find like a new direction for myself. So I'm thinking about working at this dispensary that my cousin works at. It's a Black owned dispensary, which is pretty exciting. Just get, discounted weed until I feel like right with myself and like more prepared and like comfortable with really pursuing whatever like the next chapter of my life is going to look like. So that's where I'm kind of been at. But yeah. 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 So anyway, popcorn. Who's left? Eileen? Ellie, I'm so sorry.
How you doing? Okay. So the beginning of quarantine was really rough because my mom, she's a healthcare worker. So having her go to the ER every day and like not knowing if she would come back and possibly like expose us to the virus, me and my grandma, who she's 78. So that was really, really worrying. But I knew that she was always taking care of herself. So I trusted that we were all going to be okay. And thankfully we're all okay. I've also lost 30 pounds since quarantine, and I'm really happy because I've struggled so much like my whole life with my body image and like my weight and just like things like that. So it really like, I don't know, that time that was given to me, Carly, that time that was given to me, like it benefited me in a good way, even though there's so many things happening. And politically, I feel like this like civil rights movement really, really opened my eyes more and made me have more open conversations with my family, because I just found out that a lot of my siblings are conservatives and Republicans, and they are voting for Trump this year. And it's really upsetting because we come from, we're POC, so just having those conversations with them and trying to educate them in a way, even though they're so close-minded, and just really baffles me how my own family, who has an Afro-Peruvian father, supports Donald Trump. But yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. Is anyone else next? Or Carly, no?
Yeah. So at the beginning of this pandemic, I was in Spain, as most of you know, teaching English, doing a bullshit job, and it was really hard. Spain had one of the strictest lockdowns in the world, and I didn't know that until I read it. We couldn't go outside unless we had to go to the market or the pharmacy, and they would ask some people who looked suspicious, so I'd always take some bags with me, but I mean, I could have just been okay, Enrique. But yeah, it was a freaking nightmare. I couldn't even see the sun from my apartment. It was so sad. I was doomsday scrolling like crazy. I would wake up and start scrolling my Twitter feed and just like worrying about all this stuff. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's going to be so bad in the US. It's going to be so bad. Like, we don't have healthcare. Everything's privatized. Like, I was freaking out, and I was just like, oh my God, like some of my family might die. Like, people I know are going to die, or like my friends' family, or, you know, people who mean so much to me, and their people are, I was just like, oh, I was going crazy. And so I tried to incorporate some yoga in my day, because I wasn't even like doing any workout or anything. I started getting, I don't know what it's called. I forget, but it's basically, I think it's called rickets. And it's when you lack vitamin D. Oh, you were too, Miranda? Yeah. Panic scrolling. But yeah, I was getting rickets, and it's basically like when your bones are aching because you're lacking vitamin D. And so when I came back in April, I was debating on whether coming back or not. I was like, I have public and private health insurance here. Like, I don't have any health insurance in the US. I was freaking out. I was worried that I was going to catch something like on the flight here. Oh my gosh. I was just like, running through my head like crazy. And then I decided to leave because my mom is 67 now, I think. Yeah, 67. And I was like, she needs help at home. I need to go get her groceries and stuff for her. And for those of you who know my mom, you know she can't sit still, and she's like a social butterfly. She's a Gemini. She loves talking to everyone. So it's been really hard for her too, actually, but it's better now that I'm back, because she was telling me like, oh, I was so bored without you. Like, yeah, Gemini energy. She was like, me with your mom too, Sienna. She's a great Gemini. She's fun. But yeah, so she's just really thankful to have me back. And I've been having fun with her. Sometimes I'm like, I see you too much, but like, it's nice to have her here. She's always talking. She never stops. We got a kiddie pool in the back now, so like I'm out there a lot, but that's what I've been doing to have fun, I guess. I bought a sewing machine. Shout out to Miranda. She taught me how to use the sewing machine. I definitely still need to brush up on that, but yeah, I love that kiddie pool too. But yeah, I got it like probably about a month ago. I know Nichelle got the same one too, but she's probably been using it and I haven't. I've been feeling super unmotivated. I just like, man, I don't know. I'm just thinking so much all the time. And I think it really gets to me sometimes, because I'm like, there's nothing you can do. You can worry about things. There's nothing you can do. I can show up to protests. I can do these things like email people, call people. Thanks, Kayla. The dad jokes. But yeah, man, it's just been like really hard. And I definitely could not have been as, not calm, but like in the state that I'm in. It could be way worse without my friends, and without people through social media, without people in the IE that I had met in college. Shout out to Lisa and Alondra. Like, thank God for you guys, and like other people I met at the protest too. They've been super cool, and it's just like really nice to see the community out there like fighting for humans, like literally fighting for rights of humans. Oh my gosh, it's just crazy. And yeah, I was man, I was really like, I mean, pretty much all of us, right? We're like banking on Bernie. And then he said, all of a sudden he said, you know, he was dropping out of the race, which I understand he has to be a senator and like be progressive, I guess. But it was just really disappointing. But I think it really showed everyone like a politician cannot save us. We have to be the ones to step up to the plate. And I mean, he doesn't want to defund the police, so that's another thing. Yeah, whack ass fool, exactly, Lisa. I was so mad when I heard that. I was like, how do you want to abolish ICE, but you don't want to abolish the police? Like, that makes no sense to me. So I'm pretty mad at him for that, and just like caving into Joe, because I mean, I know Trump is obviously like the worst, not even human. He's not even human. He has like no heart. But Joe fucking sucks too. And people are like, we have to save America and like pick Joe. But it's just like, no, he's a fucking right winger too. Like, we can't win. And I'm just so mad that people are like caving into this. And it's just like, it's, oh my God. And now Kamala is like VP. And I really think that of course the Democrats, they like set her in there. I think Joe's gonna die soon, so they were like, okay, let's have like one of these people who are like get corporate donations up here, who is like a liberal. They picked a cop to run our country after Joe dies. And that just really, I mean, things are gonna be the same with the protests. Like, yeah, fuck these politicians, I know. I'm just so overwhelmed with all this stuff that I'm thinking about all the time. It's a lot. And I mean, I know there's nothing I can do. I know I'm just like worrying all the time, but like, it's really, really sad. Like, the whole world is suffering from colonialism and patriarchy and white supremacy. And like, what can we do except for revolt and like rise up and burn down another police precinct, hopefully, right? Sorry, it was a lot, but I'm just like, man, I'm just so happy that I said that you guys are all in this together with me, this conversation, because I really think I needed this. I'm like just thinking way too much all the time, and I want to have these discussion topics with people, but I don't want to have them with white people, and I don't want to have them with like straight men and hear the rhetoric from them. It's just so disgusting and annoying, and like, I can't handle it. No offense if anyone who's watched, I mean, whatever, take it however you want. If you're that way, then you know what, you suck. But yeah, I also wanted to mention real quick that I didn't mention this in the beginning for people who are watching this and who are interested. Like, you don't have to be a politician, like Miranda was saying. Like, you know, like people who didn't study politics, you don't have to have a political degree to be a part of this discussion. It's all about your experiences. Like, they're super important, and you as a BIPOC person are important. And you are not a minority, you are a majority. A majority of the people in the world are Black, Indigenous, and people of color. And that's going to be the majority pretty soon. Everyone's having mixed babies and stuff with whatever race, and that's just how it's going to be. Also, you don't have to have a college degree to join. So I'm also tired of the discussion being around people who could seek higher education. Some people don't have the ability to do that. So if you're in high school, if you dropped out of high school, if you dropped out of college, whatever, I want to open it up to you guys too. Gen Z and millennials, just people who are our generation who like want to burn this shit down, basically. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone else wants to bring up anything that I mentioned, or you want to talk about like Kamala or Joe, or if you watched the fucking Democratic convention. I didn't watch that shit. If you want to talk about WAP, the discussion around that. So, you know, for whoever wants to go ahead, it's all yours.
I think WAP is a very important abolitionist anthem. I think it is just a phenomenal collaboration. Megan Thee Stallion is someone who brings me a lot of joy in this time. That's all I have to say on that.
I honestly think that the song was just epic. And it kind of made me mad that a lot of even guys that I know were like, oh, that song was so whack and this and that. but then you can listen to Slob on My Knob for 24 hours straight and it be completely okay. So I just think that, I don't know, that everyone was just hating on it. And even when, like, the whole purpose of it was just to show, like, she was literally trying to show, like, literally women are just amazing and, like, we're bad bitches. And that it's just, like, it's insane how their collaboration. I feel Megan Thee Stallion is to date, like, probably the biggest, like, not rapper, pop star, like, everything. Like, she's just an icon, and a lot of people, like, talk down on her, sleep on her, like, even when she got injured, like, that whole thing, like, it was so bad. And I just think she deserves a lot more credit than what she gets sometimes. And I feel like, personally, I didn't think Kylie should be in the video, but that's just my, like, she has no freaking talent like the rest of the girls in that video did, and I just didn't like that she was in it, and I thought it was pointless. But then I read Cardi's tweet, and I was like, okay, I'm glad.
What was her tweet?
What was it?
She, like, tweeted it and then deleted it, but she basically said that, like, oh, the reason why I put Kylie in there because I wanted to have, like, a representation of someone that got famous over nothing. And I was, yeah.
Said that?
Yeah,
Was that real?
No, yeah, it was, like, on her Twitter and everything. And it was, everyone was
shit.
crazy, but, like, I was just like, there you go, Cardi.
Shade.
Damn, I thought that was an edited tweet.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck.
And
She put in a thank
she had to
you.
delete it because, like, they had a contract or something like that, or, like, for her being in it. And then she came out with the article saying, oh, it's because she was really nice to my daughter, so I put her in the video. But it was just like, no, but whatever.
My friend, who's like a huge Cardi fan, was telling me that Chris specifically is like really nice to Cardi, and they're like really close. But I mean, like, you know how black celebrities are with the Kardashians. Like, for no reason, they're defending them to the death, and it makes no fucking sense. Like, I hate it. It's gross, but, you know, that family is so anti-black, it hurts. I pray for all their adorable babies, but they're all perfections. Those kids are so cute, but yeah, the parents.
They're really cute, but at the same time, it's just so sad how they, like, I feel like they all just wanted mixed babies, and, like, they all just, like, their, like, obsession with it. And it's just like, you have this obsession over, like, somebody else's culture, but then when it comes to, like, this whole thing that's happening right now in this civil rights movement, you're not gonna use your voice for it, you're not gonna pay your workers, you're not gonna do a lot of stuff that you have the money to do, but yet you want a little mixed baby, and you want to do the braids, and you want to do all this and appropriate the culture, but you don't want to stand for it. Like, it's just, I don't know, it makes me mad. But
hell yeah, the anti-blackness is disgusting. Like, it's so prevalent, and people are so forgiving of it, and so ready to, like, I don't know, get up in arms and say, like, they have every right to do this. It's really gross. And then, I don't know, I, like, specifically am disgusted by Kim trying to be a lawyer and, like, bail people out, because obviously I do not want to see, you know, this prison system, but she has so much power to, first of all, like, bring up a conversation around prison abolition, but also all the people that she gets out. Like, Black women have been advocating for these people for, like, what, years, decades, like, most of the time. Like, I don't know, she's just, like, you know, stepping on their backs, pushing them to the ground, and taking all the credit. Like, it's gross. It's really gross.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with her becoming a lawyer and everything, like, the first bill that she passed, I think it was called, like, the first step or something, like, it was, like, prison reform bill. It only released, like, a couple thousands of people from prison, and I'm like, that's not sufficient. Like, we need something better than you. Obviously, we don't want you, but yeah, I just didn't like it. And then they put it on the show and everything, and I was like, y'all are dumb. Like, y'all just trying to bank on prison abolition as if you actually care, but you don't even care.
And I mean, what makes me mad, sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, it is good that she got out those people, I guess, but at the same time, it's just like, why is there more of a reason why you're doing it? You know, like, is it, I don't know. Go ahead.
I feel like
Lisa.
you.
Oh, go. Sorry. Go. Lisa.
Oh, no. Nichelle was in the middle of a thought.
Oh.
Uh,
But no. I was gonna say, like, since you're bringing up the topic of like prisons, like, I smoke weed. I know a couple of you said that you guys smoke weed as well. Like, majority of people that are in prison are because of, you know, like they had weed on them, or a certain amount of weed on them, and a lot of it is Black people, and it just like frustrates me because, like, I mean, personally, I studied abroad, so like I have like a lot of like friends on social media that are like kind of from everywhere, and just to like bring it like into like I saw a story of this girl and her family, and like they're obviously white, and they're literally like capitalizing on the weed business, and like have like a bunch of farms, and she was just like recording it saying, oh, flew in to help my dad with his like a business. And it's just like, you literally have all these farms of like weed and like growing it while people rot in jail for it. Like, it literally makes no sense that so many people are in prison for just that. Like, prison is just another way to like oppress like Black people. And that's literally what the whole like system was built for. It's just to keep Black people and people of color like oppressed. And like people don't see that or get that. Like,
I feel like the whole way that marijuana was legalized in California and in other states, like I know it's legal in Colorado and like Washington and Oregon, right?
Yeah.
I feel like they should have also put in that same bill that people jailed for those crimes should be freed, you know? Like, I don't know, I think it must have been like a couple months ago that I actually learned that they're still in jail. And why why? If it's legal, like what? That's when you really like come to realize that this prison industrial complex is just there for profit. Like, they're not even there to try and like help the prisoners or correct them in any way, or like what's the word, like
rehab.
Rehabilitate anyone. Like, it's not for that at all. It's just for profit, just to like have as many bodies in those prisons filling up those cells. It's just so fucking tragic.
Not to mention prison labor.
That brings us back to the Kardashians. Like, you cannot be an advocate for prison or like for change. She's a reformist, you know? She's a reformist, she's a capitalist, and she makes her money off of Black and brown people, especially the Black and brown dollar, you know? So anyone that like could really sit and defend Kim Kardashian, or like anyone who claims to be down or like that has a lot of power influence, like, no one should stand celebrities anymore, period.
No. The Kardashians really just wants to commodify Black bodies. Like, it's gross. The same way like the NBA does, or the NFL, like all major sports organizations, like all that shit.
My sister just graduated from UC Berkeley this year, and she has friends on the UC Berkeley football team, and they're making them, all of them, go to practice, get ready for season, and all this stuff. And majority of their team are people of color, and they're all just like, we're in a pandemic. Like, you're gonna make us wear a mask during these football practices when it's like
the dumbest.
Like, you can't, like, you're still like tackling, and it's just like a lot of contact, and they're saying it's hard for them to breathe. Like, it obviously is when you're doing that sport and you already have so much on you. And so they're just like, they literally told them, okay, well, you can, if you choose not to, then, you know, you're off the team. But majority of these people are on scholarships, are going to college based on scholarships. They can afford to pay UC Berkeley tuition if they get off the football team. So a lot of them are in this predicament of like, well, we have to show up, we have to play, we have to do what they want because they need the money, they need the profit for us to be in season. It's just another way to capitalize on people of color and not give a fuck, because I mean, UC Berkeley needs money. Like, it's literally all a game to them. Like, it's crazy. Like, people's lives are a game to them. And it's just sick, really.
Even in terms of like student athletes, like I've heard that they don't even pay them for the work that they do. And so many like 4-year universities, colleges, etc., they profit so much off of their athletes, and they get so much money from them, yet they are only given a scholarship, but the scholarship doesn't even reach the amount that they should be gifted in terms of like capital, because like they are practicing from like who knows when to like a long time, right? And then they still have to keep up their studies, etc. So it's just really fucked that this is the route that they are choosing to go through, and they're not even respecting the athletes' like voices.